Hello everyone, welcome to Amdoor Education Academy. In this video, I am going to discuss the main topics from the control system subject. Control system subject is also one of the common subject for electrical branch, communication branch and instrumentation branch. And this subject is also one of the basic and important subject. Minimum 10% of the marks are given for this subject in any competitive exams like a GATE exam, IES exam and some other state level competitive exams. So every exam compulsory consider the subject control system subject, one of the important and basic subject. Now here I will explain in this course, control system course, I am going to discuss a few topics. Those topics names are like introduction and a transfer function. First of all, we have to understand the transfer function here. What is a control system and what is transfer function and how to perform the transfer function, what is the importance of transfer function. Later I will explain the main differences between the open loop and closed loop systems. These are generally comes under control systems classifications. Control systems are classified into two types, open loop and closed loop. And what is the importance of these two systems and differences. Later we have to discuss the transfer function of the different systems, different systems using different methods like using block diagram reduction representation and using signal flow graph and using electrical systems and using mechanical system. So if the system is defined in terms of electrical network, then how to find out the transfer function? If the system is defined in terms of signal flow graphs, then how to find out the transfer function? And if the system is defined in terms of block diagram representation, then how to find out? And similarly, I will explain the mechanical systems also, like mass, friction, and spring related transfer function analysis. So all those are comes under the transfer functions. And later I will explain the important topic, one of the very important concept, time domain analysis. So here this concept completely deals with the two types of responses, transient response and steady state response. So what is the importance of these two responses and how to find out the transient response and steady state response, response and a transient response. These two topics are comes under time domain analysis. And similarly, we have to discuss another important concept, RH criteria, Routh's Horwich criteria. To find the system stability, this technique is used, RH criteria. So how to apply the RH criteria to determine the stability of the systems. And later, root locus. Root locus is also one of the very important concept. Compulsory one question expected from this concept, root locus and RH criteria. And I will explain these two concepts after completion of the time domain analysis. Later, I will explain another important concept of frequency domain analysis. Whenever the function is defined in terms of frequency domain representation, then how to find out the performance of the system using magnitude response and phase response. From those, I will explain how to find out the maximum peak, the resonance frequency and bandwidth. And similarly, I will explain these two topics also, gain margin and phase margin. So what is the importance of these two topics and how to determine the gain margin and phase margin of different types of systems from the given transfer functions. And later I will explain another important concept is a Bode plot, polar plot and Nyquist plot. So these plots are generally comes under the frequency domain representations. So to determine or to find the performance of any one system, these plots are used. So individually we can use one plot. Each plot has a importance and each plot has a application and which has a limitations also there. So we will discuss each and everything within this concept. So what is a Bode plot and what is a polar plot and what is an Nyquist plot and what is the importance of each plot and what are the limitations, where it is used. I will explain the complete concept in this concept like plots, Bode plots, polar plot and Nyquist plot. And again, one more topic also there like compensators and controllers. So after designing the system, sometimes we have to change the responses of the system and sometimes we have to change the performance of the system. To change the system response and system performance, we have to use these concepts like compensators and controllers. So different types of compensators and controllers, what is the importance of each compensator and controller, I will explain in this concept. And again, we have to discuss another important concept, that is a state space analysis, one of the very important concept. This transfer function has one limitation. To avoid that limitation, This technique is used state space analysis. So here I will explain state space analysis, how to determine the transfer function for the multiple input and multiple output systems, dynamic systems, and again we have to discuss the controllability and observability. So those concepts are generally comes under the steady state analysis. And all these are comes under the control system subject, one of the very important subject, and especially score competitive exams point of view, it's a scoring subject. Control systems and signals and system, these two are generally comes under the scoring subject. Here I will explain Amdoor Educational Academy provides which type of benefits for the students or for each course. I will explain those benefits now. If you take any course from the Amdoor Educational Academy, you will get the classes, live classes. Another benefit from the Amdoor Educational Academy is live class recorded videos. So validity of each course is a 1 year. So these videos are available up to 1 year. And you will get another benefit, important benefit is a class presentations as a PDFs. One more benefit is a doubt clarification session. We will arrange a doubt clarification session for each course individually, twice in a month or thrice in a month. That is depends on the course. So all these courses are designed by the experienced faculties only. So we will provide these benefits for each course, and each course is available within the small price, 799 only. Please download the app, subscribe the YouTube channel to get the updates from the Amdoor Educational Academy. Don't miss this opportunity. Thank you.